The Moon Code. The word moon finds many origins, from the Greek men, meaning month, a length of time they based on the moon, or mene, and shares its origins with the Latin metri, which means to measure, and mensis, the Latin word for month. The moon thus measures time and where the modern word for a month is derived, and just one of the moon's many occult secrets revealed. There are two standards by which the moon measures time. They are called the Lunation Cycle and the Lunar Orbital Period. The moon's lunation cycle measures the amount of days the moon takes from one new moon to the next, calculated to be 29.53 days, called a month. One lunar month approximates one Saturn year, or 29.45 Earth years. The 29.53-day month breaks down into 4 phases: the new to waxing, the full to waning, progressively, each approximately 7.38 days, called a week, from the Old English word wick, meaning sequence. There are typically 12 new moon periods, lasting 29.53 days each, within the 365-day Earth year. This, however, calculates to a total of 354.36 days, which compose one lunar year, a difference of 11, the first master number. The lunar orbital period measures the days the moon takes to cycle through the fixed stars of the constellation backdrop, which is 27.32 days, and within one Earth year, the lunar orbital period's number 13.36, a value that comes to play an important role in tonal frequency and music, as you will see. The number 13 itself decodes the relationship between the cosmos, music, and the divine self. When you take the quotient of the lunation cycle and the lunar orbital period, which equals 1.080, and an important lunar number, as 2,160 is the moon's diameter in miles, and 2,160 divided by 2 equals 1,080. Symbolized in the 108 beads of the Buddhist rosary, or mala, itself composed of 108 beads, with 4 spacer beads for the 4 phases, and the 4 corners of the world, the 4 elements. And when the sphere of the world is converted to a square, an inner cross is implied. 2,160 is also the length of a precessional age, sign age, or more appropriately, a great month, as 12 make the great year. The moon's diameter measures 2,160 miles, and Earth's 7,920. If the moon's diameter is divided by Earth's, you get 27.3%, which is the lunar orbital period in days, expressed as a ratio 3 to 11, 11 to 3, or 1 to 366 hundredths, which are the values for how many lunar orbital periods there are in one year, and a tonal frequency. This musical, lunar, earth, sun, and human value, 311, is also enshrined in the Great Pyramid. This is how. When you divide the 365 days of the year by the 29.53 days of the lunation cycle, you get 12.36, which is a golden number, or phi, as 2 divided by phi equals 1.236. And when you draw the Earth and Moon down to the 3 to 11 scale and convert the Earth circle to a square called squaring the circle, where Earth is 1 and the Moon 0.273, to respect the 3 to 11 scale. Then this makes the length of the cross-section of the Great Pyramid equal to Earth's diameter. Furthermore, a circle with the radius extending from the tip of the pyramid down to the Earth's drawn-to-scale limit would create another circle whose values perfectly fit the Moon-Earth size relationship of 3 to 11. And the circumference of the circle would equate to the perimeter of the square base of the Great Pyramid. And as a rule of geometry, the height is 7. And this 7-11 relationship was how the builders arrived to the pyramid's height. Possibly the meaning behind Beyoncé's song as well. The full circle taken into consideration would make it a 14 to 11 relationship, or square root phi, or phi squared, which Da Vinci conciliates and portrays in his Vitruvian Man, enshrining these secrets of sacred geometry, and outlines directly how the human individual fits into the invisible matrix of patterns which come from the divine mind of God, said to be the 5-pointed star tetragrammaton, which is not only your mind, but also your body, and the 5-pointed pyramid. More sacred moon codes. The quotient 1123 yields 3.66, which approximates the amount of days in one Earth year. 366 also establishes the frequency of tone C256, which is the beginning of the Pythagorean scale of tonal frequency A432, which is Earth's harmonic, or tonal frequency of 27 to 16, and known as the solfeggio frequency for DNA repair. 2716 times 256 equals 432, and 432,000 is the sun's radius in miles, and 4,320 divided by 2 is 2,160, the moon's diameter, and one sign age or moon month. 13 and the moon. As mentioned, there are 13 lunar orbital periods with 13 full moons in a year. Traverses 13 constellations along the observable, quantifiable, and verifiable astronomical data within 1 month. Women experience 13 menstrual cycles in a year. There are also 13 joints in the human body: the neck, the shoulders, the elbows, the wrists, making 7 above, the hips, knees, and ankles, making 6 below. This 6-7 breakdown of 13 is itself a relationship echoed in our reality in other ways, though that is for another video. For now, 7 is midway between 1 and 13, with 6 being the difference. The sun visits Scorpio only 6 or 7 days out of the year, making a true database Scorpio the rarest sun sign. As the moon snakes through 13 constellations above, each of the 13 joints in the body below is ruled by one of the 13 constellations, and said to be activated by the moon's visit. Though, that is an oversimplification, as the moon overall traverses 14 signs, and Scorpio is not assigned a joint, but rather, well, that's for another Occult Secrets Revealed as well. If for the ancients it was of paramount importance to mirror the stone monuments precisely to the astronomical constellations, including how they self-identified, then why wouldn't we? 13 is additionally the number associated with the sign of Scorpio, Jesus, and death. And Jesus not only represents death, but also resurrection, rebirth, and life. The law of octaves requires 13 musical notes, as in a piano, to satisfy the perceived increase in pitch when doubling a tone's hertz, meaning 7 white keys, 5 blacks, plus the 8th white key, exactly double the hertz of the original first key, which is also symbolized by Jesus Christ's station, as he was the higher octave, the 13th harmonic, above the other 12, all of whom revolve around the central soul, or solfeggio, whose 432,000-mile radius is musically tuned in Earth's A432 harmonic. There are 7 inner and mainstream chakras and 7 outer astral chakras, for a total of 13. 13 is also the 7th value in the Fibonacci sequence, from which is derived the golden spiral, which is in everything, from everything to literally everything, making 13 and its 13-4 relationship and 6-7 breakdown one of the most essential building blocks to life, embodied by the moon. 13 is the number of spirit and reduces to 4 its counterpart, the number of matter and earth, making old death reduce to new life. Mathematically proving death is not the end-all permanent finality our society desires us to believe, but the door to a literal new self and life. These mystical forces of 13 are funneled to Earth through the moon, making the moon the key for bringing spirit, the domain of 13, to the world of matter, the domain of 4 and Earth, and describes exactly how the material things of Earth emerge not seemingly out of nowhere, but actually from a very real and very tangible spiritual force. It was even the practice of ancient cultures to place the moon above the sun, referring to the moon as one's true birth sign. We will explore each moon sign and what every new moon and full moon means for your personal and human evolution in future Occult Secrets Revealed. Other sacred moon codes. The lunar year falls 11 days short of the 365-day Earth year, which means the Islamic moon-based calendar slowly regresses every year, arriving back around after 33 years, the age the biblical, not historical, Jesus Christ was crucified, 33, 3/11s. Eclipses repeat after 18 years, and in the tarot, the moon occupies the 18th card. The full moon dates repeat after 19 years, and as they reflect the sun, in the tarot, the sun occupies the 19th card, meaning, if you had a full moon on your birthday this year, expect one again in 19 and every 19 years. Stonehenge displays this as 19 stones are in its inner horseshoe. 2 full moons occur every 59 days, which Stonehenge observes in its 30-stone outer circle. One of these 30 stones is half-width, indicating the 29.5 days of the moon month. Venus draws a 5-pointed star around Earth every 8 years. 5 plus 8 equals 13. And in those 8 years, there are 99 full moons. 9/11s, or a trinity of master number 33, which, in numerology, the word savior reduces to, and there are 33 vertebrae in the spinal column, in which flows a healing and miraculous cerebrospinal fluid called by modern-day neuroscientist Dr. Joe Dispenza an ejaculate, or by the ancient Greeks, the Jesus Christos, which is by today's nomenclature, the Jesus Christ, and the occulted secret meaning of the Masonic 33rd degree, which, if you watched the Occult Secrets Revealed series on the true Jesus Christ, you yourself can become one, because just by knowing the knowledge within that series, you are for all intents and purposes. Initiated, a lamb, a first degree, and within 33 months of practicing the secret knowledge, you too can unlock the secret powers of a 33rd degree, and then some. And until next time, trust and believe that it is okay to be you, the most beautiful you there ever was, there is, and that there ever will be, because you are not a story that can be told twice, and there will never again be a stage for you to perform, but this one, right here, right now. So be you, the most beautiful you.